50 Cent just dropped a bombshell, claiming that the first person Diddy's coming after when he gets out is none other than Jay-Z. And if that's true, things are about to get ugly. Because according to 50, Jay-Z isn't just some innocent bystander in all this. He might have been the one who set Diddy up from the start, letting him take the fall while quietly cleaning up his own mess behind the scenes. Allegedly, Jay-Z was there for it all, every wild party.
That the same concept with the Super Bowl. See, they don't understand the relationship. They was trying to get him to do the Super Bowl without me.
Wasn't happening.
And that's not it. It wasn't happening.
No way.
You see what I'm saying? Because he would look and go, it's okay for them, the award shows, not to give me the trophies. If you look at even Jay-Z's career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go, prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them.
Every secret meeting, every headline moment. His name even appeared in multiple lawsuits right alongside Diddy's. Yet somehow, while Diddy's empire crumbled, Jay-Z walked away untouched. No court appearances, no mugshots, no charges. Just the silence. The kind of silence that makes you wonder who's really pulling the strings. Now the internet's running wild with theories. Some claim Jay-Z distanced himself right on time, cutting ties before the storm hit. Others say he might have been the one steering it off in the shadows, making sure Diddy took the hit while he came out.
You know, I remember one time walking in the studio, Bleak Beans, everybody was in there, and I was like, man, I'm telling you, man, y'all got a chance right now, just flood it, put out a lot of music, because 50 Cent is coming. And, you know, 4 months later, In the Club hit, and it was over. Right. It was just like, okay, now everybody got to sit on the sidelines and wait this tidal wave out.
It's a huge difference in energy internationally in 50 Cent and Jay-Z. In fact, his largest selling record sold 430-something thousand copies. My largest selling records sold 5 million. And let them be fooled in America and think there's a competition there. Because America could be purchased. We can buy it with marketing dollars. You see what I'm saying? But the rest of the world, there's not enough marketing dollars to go around.
That's why I made a statement about Taylor Swift. I wish you would come take one of my awards so I could black his eye in front of everybody. And Jay disagreed.
I want everyone to be clear. No one's scared of 50 Cent.
Does that bother you? Does it bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me. It's just his choice.
Why would you have to make that clear when no one's ever asked me if I'm afraid of Jay-Z?
The public is responding to his punk presentation. It's not 50 Cent. I don't have a problem with it. Kanye would not take a trophy from me. Neither Jay-Z.
Right.
Neither one of them.
What would you have?
No, we'd have had altercation right there.
Spotless. Either way, 50 Cent's warning paints a dangerous picture. If what he's saying is true, then Jay-Z could be the mastermind behind one of the biggest downfalls in hip-hop history. 50 Cent has been at odds with Jay-Z and Diddy since the late 90s, back when he first took shots at Jay on How to Rob, calling him out as nothing more than a poser. From day one, 50 saw through Jay-Z's act. He knew Jay wasn't built for confrontation. His real power was behind the scenes, blackballing artists, pulling strings, and using his influence to shut careers down. Jay-Z didn't fight his competition. He erased them. He even told his entire crew to release albums at the same time as 50's debut, just to tank his sales. Diddy and Jay didn't become billionaires because they made the best music. They did it by making sure nobody else could rise. 50 saw the game from the inside. He remembered walking into studios with Bleak and Beans, warning them that 50 Cent was coming, and that they'd better flood the streets before it was too late. But once In the Club dropped, it was over. The whole industry had to step aside and watch. That's when the competition changed forever. The difference between 50 and Jay wasn't just sales. It was impact. 50's biggest, record sold 5 million copies. Jay's best? Barely 400,000. In America, Jay could buy influence with marketing dollars. But around the world, no amount of money could fake real energy. 50 didn't just dominate the charts. He dominated the culture, and he wasn't afraid to call out the hypocrisy. I wish someone like Taylor Swift would try to take one of my awards. 50 once said, "I'd black their eye in front of everyone." Jay-Z didn't like that energy, but he couldn't match it either. When Jay publicly said no one was scared of 50 Cent, it only proved 50's point. Why make that clear when nobody asked? It was insecurity, plain and simple. 50 never had an issue with Jay personally. His issue was with the fake black excellence image Jay and Diddy sold to the public. They pretended to uplift black artists, but behind the scenes, they were gatekeeping every opportunity. If you weren't on Team Jay or Team Puffy, your career was over before it began. 50 knew exactly what was happening. He watched how they sabotaged Nas, timed album drops to drown out Beanie Siegel, and locked the industry into submission. Lord Jamar even called out the gay mafia in hip-hop, the elite circle that decided who would rise and who would vanish. Every label worked together. You couldn't outsell Jay-Z. You couldn't be bigger than Diddy. And you definitely couldn't question the system. Even Beanie Siegel admitted he saw the pattern. Every time he dropped an album, Jay would release one right on top of it. Same label, same audience. But Jay made sure Beanie never had space to breathe. It was like in-house competition, Siegel said. Jay was already the boss, but I just wanted a chance to shine. Whether it was strategic or malicious, it sent a message. No one under Jay-Z could ever surpass him. Jay's reputation as a hater didn't come from thin air. Instead of helping black artists get more opportunities, he used his power to control who got access. He even tried to block 50 Cent from performing at the Super Bowl. If it weren't for Eminem, 50 would have been cut completely. Eminem called the NFL directly and refused to perform unless 50 was included. That's loyalty, something Jay-Z never understood. Jay's excuse was that the white guy called for 50, meaning Eminem. He played dumb, pretending it wasn't personal. But everyone knew what it was. Jay wanted the spotlight to himself. That's why when people asked 50 if he respected Jay, he always said he respected what Jay was, not what he became. Because once Jay reached billionaire status, he forgot the people who made him. Jay and Diddy were built from the same cloth. Both played kingmakers. Both pretended to be icons of empowerment. But when Diddy needed help, Jay turned his back. And now, some say Jay might have been the one who set Diddy up from the start. Remember, CNN sat on that Cassie assault video for 8 years before releasing it. Why now? Why after Diddy's empire started crumbling? The timing was too perfect. Someone with power pulled the strings. The sequence of events was no coincidence. January, the plea deal. March, the raids in Miami and L.A. May. CNN drops the video. September, a mysterious book surfaces. Kim's Lost Words, supposedly written by Kim Porter, accusing Diddy of horrific acts. But the book was exposed as fake, allegedly written by a ghost author named Chris Todd using a mysterious flash drive. It was chaos by design, and the industry insiders knew it. One day, Diddy's on top of the world, holding the key to the city. The next, he's in handcuffs, stripped of $700 million and facing federal charges. Even Fat Joe said it best, "Nothing in hip-hop surprises me anymore. But behind the chaos, there's always a trigger." And according to 50, that trigger was Jay-Z. 50 even mocked it publicly. "The new lawsuit comes with Jay, Department J," he joked. "We getting tighter, right?" He wasn't wrong. Jay's been pulling the strings in hip-hop for decades. Every deal, every downfall, he's somewhere behind it. Because Jay isn't just a rapper, he's a businessman first. And every move he makes is for money. Even his marriage to Beyoncé wasn't just about love, it was strategy. 50 called it contract, and the numbers don't lie. Before Beyoncé, Jay had 1 Grammy. After the marriage, he racked up 16. Even their kids have Grammys before dropping a single track. Coincidence? Not a chance. Jay-Z didn't just marry a queen. He married into cultural immortality. Look at the stats, 50 said. Before that marriage, Jay had 1 trophy. Now he's got a warehouse full. And he's not wrong. That union changed everything. from how the industry viewed Jay to how award shows treated him. The moment he became Mr. Beyonce, he stopped being a street rapper and became a global brand. That's the power of a calculated move, and Jay-Z's entire career has been built on those. Now, Jay-Z is viewed as a businessman, an entrepreneur, and a family man, the ultimate symbol of success. And a big part of that image comes from Beyonce's position beside him. People often ask, why is Jay so on top of the business world? The truth is he was forced to be. Jay couldn't get a record deal early on, so he built Rockefeller Records from nothing. He learned both sides of the game, the artist and the mogul, but that power came with a price. And some say it's how he learned to play dirtier than anyone else. It's shocking that Jay-Z has never spent a single day in jail. He's done everything Diddy's accused of, and maybe worse. The only difference? Jay never bragged about it on live TV. His past is filled with dark moments. Back in December 1999, he was accused of stabbing music executive Lance Rivera at the Kit Kat Club in New York City. The headlines were everywhere. Top rap star busted. Cameras caught Jay turning himself in while his lawyer insisted he was innocent. But the streets knew something else was going on. Even back then, people whispered that Jay had a violent side hidden behind the cool businessman persona. Diddy had his own moments, shooting cases, assault charges, yet somehow both men walked free. The difference now is that Diddy's the one behind bars, while Jay's acting like he had no idea what was happening. You're telling me a billionaire who's been Diddy's friend for over 3 decades didn't know what was going on behind the scenes? 50 Cent met Diddy once and already knew exactly what kind of man he was. When 5-0 was asked why he never hung around Puff, he kept it simple, it's not my scene. He said Diddy made him uncomfortable, acting way too friendly, and trying to take him shopping like he was courting him. It didn't sit right with 50, and now, seeing everything come out, he says it all makes sense. The weird energy everyone ignored was right in front of them the whole time. People just didn't want to see it because of the fame, the women, and the flashy lifestyle. 50 has been calling this out for years, and now he's taking a step further, producing a Netflix docuseries exposing Diddy and the industry's hidden players. But every time someone speaks up, they're labeled crazy. That's the industry's favorite defense. Remember actor Orlando Brown? Everyone said he lost his mind when he spoke up about Diddy. But listening back now, his words don't sound so crazy anymore. He said the truth was simple. Don't take your girl to a Diddy party. It's clear that the industry's biggest names are being protected. Just like Jeffrey Epstein, none of this was ever really a secret. Artists like Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal, people who work with Jay and Diddy, have been speaking out for years. Nobody listened. As long as the money kept flowing, the record labels didn't care about victims or accountability. But now, the walls are starting to crack, and Jaguar Wright has been warning people that Jay-Z's time is coming. In a recent interview, Jaguar confirmed that Jay-Z is officially facing lawsuits and that victims are ready to step forward. Everyone in the industry knew Jay was a celebrity John Doe, she said. And while she refused to drag Beyonce into it, she made it clear Beyonce knows exactly who her husband really is. Jaguar even claimed that Rihanna's early career at Def Jam started under disturbing circumstances. Flown into the country as a teenager, auditioning at 3 a.m. alone with Jay-Z. Whether you believe it or not, the accusations are painting an ugly picture. But Diddy isn't just sitting back. According to TMZ, reports from inside the White House suggest that a pardon for Diddy is actually being discussed. Sources claim it could happen as early as next week. After weeks of rumors, things are finally being finalized. Even former President Donald Trump is allegedly considering commuting Diddy's sentence. The twist? Trump hasn't decided, and insiders say he's going back and forth. Trump and Diddy go way back, to the late 90s. Diddy even attended Trump's 2005 wedding. They've been seen together at events, laughing, shaking hands, moving in the same elite circles. So it's not surprising that Diddy's legal team is reaching out now. But not everyone agrees with the idea. Some White House officials are begging Trump not to issue the pardon, warning it would be a slap in the face to victims, just like the leniency shown to Ghislaine Maxwell. 50 Cent, of course, isn't letting that slide. He's been tagging Trump online, pleading with him not to free Diddy. Before Diddy's sentencing, 50 even wrote a letter to the judge, calling Diddy a danger who will never change. And when he saw reports about the possible pardon, he couldn't resist. Man, you can't get no pardon running your mouth like that. LOL, get out of here. Classic 50, turning outrage into a viral moment. But even if the pardon falls through, Diddy's not done fighting. His lawyers have already filed an appeal, arguing that he had no financial motive for his charges. He's desperate to get out, and fast. But as the legal drama unfolds, one thing's becoming clear. Jay-Z might build an empire, but every empire eventually meets its reckoning. If Diddy truly believes Jay set him up, then this feud could be the one that finally blows the lid off hip-hop's biggest secret. So what do you think? Did Jay-Z really betray Diddy to protect himself? Or is 50 Cent just stirring the pot to keep the world watching? Drop your thoughts below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into hip-hop's most powerful rivalries. Because this story is just getting started.